Hello, here I am back again as promised during the lock-in, 2 o'clock on Fridays Eastern Time. Very happy to be here once more. Looking forward to drawing for you from the astonishing deck, The Wisdom of the Garden Path. With its spiderweb motif, and the backs are all spiderweb picture. All right, so it is a sunny day here in Ottawa. It is cold also, although one of the byproducts of the whole isolation lock-in is that dressing for the weather is not something that has to be a concern very often. So I am able to enjoy whatever in terms of what I can look at, what I hear reports of. Okay, so shuffling these, getting ready for greeting whoever comes in. I'm going to head out and try to some people a little reminder that I'm here with several people who said they'll join me today. I don't know whether I can boost a post from here. I think I can. All right, so share in a group, share, send us a message, share now. We'll do that and hope that that's gone where I intended. Okay. Voila. Are you here? Let me see. Malia. Hello, Malia. How good to see you. It is nice. It is good. I was out trying to send a boost onto my other page. Did you want me to draw a card for you, Malia, on this fine Friday? I have taken as my theme for today. I have narrowed in on talking a little about healing. Excuse me, because the cards are jumpy. I'm wearing red because the Premier of Nova Scotia has asked for people to wear red today. There's a great deal to be said for solidarity and a sharing in acknowledging what is going on. So I had to dig, but I did find some red to wear. And Malia, yes, please, says. Okay, so Malia. So, as I say, I set an intention to be about healing, and it is my intention that these cards will indicate a place where healing is happening, or might soon be happening, or where energy could go into healing. You're going to be my test case to see whether or not this makes sense. Card from Malia. Oh, that's right here. Okay, so, all right. It's about decisions, and I don't know, sometimes we have situations where we need to decide to allow healing. Sometimes, I can't think of anything that's in your I um, I'm not aware of anything consciously that's a decision you are making in your life right now, and goodness knows we're in this time of isolation and lock-in that there's very few decisions that can be acted upon. Decisions can be made certainly, but not very many of them can be acted upon. So I do not know where a decision to heal might be serving something that goes on with you. I do not know whether that's something that you've already accomplished, in fact. So you this is maybe, I know that you have very deep roots in Nova Scotia. I lived there for 19 years, but I think that you were there over a much longer period than that, maybe with some absences, but yeah, maybe deciding to wear red today is a part of a deeper healing that is necessary, and we'll maybe open up some of the other healings. I think that's this week. I'm experiencing some anniversaries of some deep loss, and I'm noticing on Facebook and in some other things that come to me by email or other ways, that while so many of us are talking about the gift of the isolation, the chance at some introspection, the wonderful um, opportunity that we have for parents bonding with their children and taking time to reevaluate what's going on. Okay, Malia, I see what you're saying there. Um, it's important that we remember that a lot of families are dealing with enormous loss. People are dying all around us. Our friends are I have one friend who just lost someone, not to COVID in that COVID took them out, but because they were waiting for transplant surgery and the hospital ORs closed because of COVID, and that person has now passed. So there's deep loss all around us, and a need to be projecting healing light from wherever we are. And if we're not experiencing deep loss, then to at least engage some empathy and not talk all the time about the joy and the thrill and isn't it lovely to be home, because there is a whole other side to that coin. All right. Oh, okay, Malaya. All right. I don't know how does the decision card, the idea of the daisy that she loves me not, or I'll do it, I won't do it, decision making that the daisy represents. Also that deep looking, it's an ox eye daisy, and if we've anybody who's ever looked into the eye of a bovine, I don't know if I've ever been face to face with an ox as such, but that image of looking very closely and looking very deeply and watching what's going on as we make a decision is also a part of the imagery of that card. It is a time of deep emotional connection for people who are willing to feel that. I guess I saw a picture on one of my news feeds of a state somewhere where hairdressers have opened up, and there was a person in a hairdressing chair and a hairdresser with a big mask on, cutting their hair. And I'm not a very cosmetically centric sort of a person. I don't know that hairdressers are the first people I would want to have opening up this so-called opening of the economy. Of course, I acknowledge I am in a very, very privileged and fortunate position to be in a country that is supporting people who can't work. And yeah, if that's the only way a hairdresser can feed her kids, then of course she's going to do what she has to do, and that's a different thing entirely. However, I am still talking only to Malia. Oh, somebody's come in. Hooray. Hello and welcome. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to draw a card for you. Where my theme today is around healing from all of the different losses that are going on, public and personal. And yes, Malia. The longing for them to be available is not the same as asking them to risk their lives to be there for your hair. Honestly, I really do believe that. Yes, there. Oh gosh, there are lots of things I would like to have happen at the same time. It's just not practical. Oh dear. Oh, it's what you're hearing is yeah, it is Tibetan. It's not Qigong. You must be just getting some of the notes of it. It's a meditation tape, track, whatever. It's just enough to keep me from being drowned out by other things outside the window. All right, there are people here. I see only the little Facebook icon of the eyeballs. I don't see who you are or how I can help you. I'm so glad you're here. I am happy to draw a card for you from this deck that I'm shuffling over and over. Let me know in the comments that you would like me to do that, and I absolutely will. And anybody who's got friends that they would like to invite in, just write their names, tag them in the comments, and hopefully they can come in. We had a lovely group the other day who followed each other in, and we had a great time. And what else can I talk about? I have been promising on these lives to go and check what I knew was in the back of my mind about the strength of the spider web, and it turns out that it is 5 times stronger than steel cable at the same diameter. So it really is profoundly, it is right up there with Kevlar. Is it Kevlar that's one of the strongest man-made fibers? I did make notes, but then I forgot them all. All right, it is, spider silk is almost as strong as Kevlar, which is the toughest man-made polymer. I don't know why polymer matters, but there we go. A spider silk can be stretched 2 to 4 times its original length without breaking. Furthermore, it is 5 times stronger than a steel rod of the same diameter. This means that a spider web is strong enough to catch large prey, which we know. I think everybody's seen things and creatures struggling in a spider web and not breaking it and not being able to get out. Okay. So, all right. Still have people who are not commenting. So we know. Oh, if you're new to this, The comment box is on the page beside me, and you need possibly to come out of full screen. Sometimes when you're in full screen, the comment box goes off the bottom and you can't find it. So it is maybe worth telling you that if people are struggling to find it. And also let you know that there is about a 45-second delay between when you type and when I see it. So if I'm telling you things that are no longer relevant, well, that's all right too. Okay, so one of the things that I do, and if you've seen the videos, you will be familiar with the fact that I do draw a card for the community, for people who don't ask and for people who are seeing it. Sydney, yes, of course you may have a card. Absolutely. I'm drawing cards today with an intention to shine a light onto some healing that's going on in our lives. And some of the energies that will serve us as we heal ourselves and as we heal situations in life. This is for Sydney. It's down here. That is this one. Oh, nice. All right, so you have the meaning card, that lovely fruity ripe barley that is such a staple of diet in many, many cultures. And the quest for meaning is such a staple thought form in so many of our lives, and the fact that you're here suggests that this is something that you're working with. The number 18, the 1, is that central identity that is Sydney. No matter what happens in life, there is always that core being that is the personality, that is the expression, that is Sydney in the world, and that has a infinite lifespan, an eternal life. 8 is the number of balance and justice and symmetry and fairness. It represents the flow of energy in a balanced and symmetrical way. The two sides of the 8, whether you cut it top and bottom or side to side, they're mirror images, so they're very, very balanced. And as a result, this is a number that speaks about justice and fairness. And then we're adding them together, we're getting a 9, which is holistic energy. It's the reminder that everything is connected to everything else. So I think in terms of healing, maybe you have a situation where finding the meaning in something that felt unjust for you is what will help you to gain from the lesson of it. And perhaps you've already done that. Perhaps this is work it's asking you to do. It's certainly not something completely new. This is the orange strip at the bottom says that this is a fruiting phase of life. So there has been previous just as with the barley, there's been a whole lot of growth and then pollination and then the formation of the fruit and getting to this place. So the same is true for whatever it is that you're going on. Yes, Malia, of course you may. The decision card is I think I know, but I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong, because that would be really bad. Okay, it's number 26. So it is about relationships and about service, combining to that 8, which is the justice and balance. So some place where you are meeting responsibilities or doing your duties in community, coming together to find something just. Does that make sense to you, Malia, for what you were talking about? Sydney, you are very welcome. Very, very welcome. I'm glad that you got to be here. And I will remind you, excuse me, I don't know if you have liked and followed this page. I don't look through the names individually, but if not, please do while you're here. I'm planning to be back next Tuesday at 11, I believe, 11 Eastern. So would love to see you again. Um, yes, so Malia, not yet. Okay. Somewhere where you're in community, which when we're living in isolation, that is extremely hard. Maybe, yeah, well, it will come. Something will come to you, I have no doubt. All right, you are so welcome. So, so welcome. All right, there are lots of other people here. Come out of full screen to get the comments bar, and then let me know in the comments that you would like me to draw a card for you, assuming you would. And if nobody does, I'm going to go ahead and draw a card for the community as a whole, for people who are here and choose not to have a card drawn, and for the people who are watching on video and didn't get the chance to request one in person. The wonders of synchronicity and the connection of all things. I truly believe that the correct card will speak to those people. This, oh, that's rather nice. This has come up as a community card before, a couple of weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago. It's number 25. It is the hawthorn, the energy of celebration. Very much a 1st of May Queen, maypole dancing, hawthorn kind of a energy. So very in keeping with the season, because it's going to be May next week, I think, or 8 days away maybe. No, because it's April, so it is next week. Connecting with, it's, I think celebration is maybe the other side of the coin from loss. Certainly in my lifetime, we have shifted the vocabulary we use around rituals at funerals, and we talk about a celebration of life now in a way that didn't happen 50, 60 years ago. The idea that wherever there is a cloud, there is also a silver lining, and I think that maybe applies to our healing. The yes, whatever the loss was intense and difficult and hard to deal with and taught us a lot. And aren't we grateful for having what we had when we had it? So the 2 for the community, the 5 for adaptation and adjustment, which we are all doing right now in the name of protecting and preserving the community and the most vulnerable people. This is and then they're combining to 7, and 7 is always the teacher. We're learning all the time when we have 7 energy going on. So I hope Malaya's saying hawthorn strengthens the heart. I am not sure. I'm not any kind of a herbalist, or I don't know all of the plant lore that is to be known. But if that is true, that hawthorn strengthens the heart, then that just really fits with this theme of healing, of being in a place where we can move beyond the pain and difficulty. Hello, Pam. I am having a good day. Yes, hell. Hope your day is good too. If you would like me to draw a card for you, let me know in the comments. And I will be. I don't know if I can. Okay, I can hide it. I guess it'll get hidden from everybody. Um, and I see that Shelley is here. Let me know in the comment box if you would like me to draw a card for you. And I don't know, Shelley, if we have ever actually connected. I see you come in and then you maybe go out. Okay, Pam, absolutely, I will please pull a card for you. I don't know how long you've been here listening to me, but my intention today is to address places where we're calling for healing. I'm wearing red as requested by the people of Nova Scotia to honor the to honor the healing that's called for there. And also in my thoughts, not necessarily in my red clothes, but I'm also very aware that as we are, and my close community are very, very blessed to be able to work from home and celebrate being with children and doing things that they wouldn't normally have an opportunity to do. We're also we have people we know and love and care about who are experiencing the deepest of losses as this virus is taking lives all around us. There is no level of privilege that stops that. So calling for the healing that will help us all to get through this with as much positive energy as we can, to find that place of love, to connect with the healing energy that will uphold us and help us to go forward. This is a card for Pam. Oh, it's in here. Just this one. Oh, all right. So whatever's going on in your life, Pam, you're being given the instruction to allow, to I'm would imagine you're familiar with the concept of resistance causing things to get worse. What we resist persists. These raspberries are not broken. They're allowing the weight of the snow, they're allowing the force of gravity to bend them over, and as soon as it gets warm enough, they're just going to stand up straight again and get on with what they were doing. If they had tried to stay upright and vertical while the weight of the snow and the winds was assailing them, they would snap. They would fall over. They would lose their integrity. So it's very, very very, very clear that whatever is going on, there's so much going on right now that is beyond our individual control. So whatever's going on for you, being in a place of that whole be here now, and let it be. Step back. The number 6 is about service and about taking responsibility, sometimes doing a duty even when you don't totally feel like it. And that the 6 also brings with it a wonderful vibration of beauty. It connects you with beauty. Goodness knows these raspberries are really rather beautiful. I think they are anyway. Um, so yeah, whatever situation it is that you are unable, you bend but don't break. That's wonderful, Pam. That's really good. And that is how healing comes. Yes, when we need to bend, when we need to cry, we cry, and then the time comes that our body can't cry anymore, and we get to stop and move forward until the next time we've got the energy to do it. So I hope that makes sense to you. Um, it's good that you say you bend and don't break. Okay, MJ Glass. I know who you are. Um, Clearly, it's very interesting. I have a couple of clients right now who are in litigation with neighbors, and or on the way towards litigation with neighbors. That is an interesting problem for sure. Um, the intention on these. Oh, I see. There's a whole bunch of new people. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to draw a card, because I'm happy to do that. And if you can't find the comment box, then step out of the full screen, and that should reveal it for you. Evidently, in some browsers, it disappears outside the frame. Okay, so for MJ Glass, I'm going to. Oh, okay, Malia, thank you. The hawthorn berry is good for strengthening the heart, according to one of my reference books. So appreciate that ability to do instant research, and that very much fits on a theme of healing. That we would get something that strengthens the heart. Isn't that what all healing is connecting and celebrating being in our hearts and finding our heart energy. Okay. So this card, I have a intention for it to be about healing the differences with the neighbor and the property line for MJ Glass. I'm being given this one. Oh, all right. This may make sense to you. It's it feels logical to me from the outside and far away that there are unexpected resources. That's coming with the number 3, which is that portal where energy comes in from the universe, where creativity happens, inspiration. And so somewhere there is more than you're maybe aware of. There is an unexpected resource. I don't know if that is in the form of a person, place, or thing. I'm not at all sure. Hello, Debbie. How lovely to see you. There is, that suggests to me that there absolutely is something more for you to take advantage of. Um, it may be that you need to take some time to be with your own wisdom, to get quiet, to meditate, or go out and hug a tree and listen and learn what it is that is also there, something that has not been obvious, and yet it is there, and it is useful, and it will serve you with what's going on. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. You can let me know. Debbie, let me know in the comments if you'd like me to draw a card for you. I'm very happy to do that. I don't know if I've seen you. I don't know if you have been here. I am using this deck, and it is serving well. How's that for a yeah, it is indeed. And indeed, I will have more of those decks one day soon when printing is essential again. Okay, so I am intending for cards today to be about healing. Marluz, is that right? Okay, always? Is that you're giving me permission always? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be dense. Okay, Marluz, let me know. Okay, I will just tell you whatever, absolutely. And Marluz, if you would like a card, you can let me know. And if I've mangled your name again, I'm sorry. I didn't bring the notes in with me from last time. Okay, so Debbie, today we're talking about healing. We're acknowledging all of the losses that are going on in the world around us, even while there are some wonderful positive side effects to this lock-in, to the people who are getting to bond with their kids and the people who are able to snuggle up and read the books they've always wanted to. There's lots of positive stuff coming out about how great it is. And it's important to maintain the balance and remember exactly why we're here and how devastating some of the losses are that are going on within our community. And to honor that and to find that place of healing and empathy within ourselves. Hello, Bernadette. How lovely. Okay, so this card is for Debbie. And Debbie, there is healing energy coming to you through oh, that's rather nice. Okay, we're having anticipation. So I have no idea whether you're an essential worker or not. What it is that you are doing. This card, it wasn't intended when I was designing them, but I'm finding that as I read them, I'm directed to pay attention to that blue sky, and to connect it with the throat chakra, which is the place of communication, whether that's singing or speaking, and it can be writing or making art or whatever, wherever it is, however it is that we communicate. That's a big part of the energy of this card. The 2 and the 4, 2 for the community, for the relationships that are going on. 4, which is the practical, solid, foundational energy that right now we're working a lot with 4 energy, laying a foundation for a new and different future. They're adding up to 6, which, as we've already talked about, is it's service, it's duty, it's responsibility, and it is beauty. And we can look forward to all of those things, and we can we can prepare for things to be a whole lot different. A peach leaf and a peach blossom don't look anything like one of these tight buds. They're an entirely different creature, and we can look forward to that, enjoying it how it is, and looking forward to how it's going to be. I'm not completely. Oh, that's right. I knew that about you. And are you working online with your students, or are you in isolation and getting to benefit from that? Okay. So anticipating new ways of communication. I'm thinking this could very much apply to the work that you're doing, whether you're doing it yet or you're going to be doing it. That's a thing. Okay, now Marlus, not Luke. I don't know who Luke is. I'm really not sure what all that is about. However, okay, so you are still teaching, you're still working, you're still being with these kids, and that communication is important, especially for people who do have special needs, and their schedule and what they are anticipating, or what they were anticipating in March, has been entirely taken away from them. So I think that's very important, that you might be bringing healing to them, that as a community, being practical, taking that responsibility and fulfilling your duty. Those seem like aspects of what you're doing. So it's I guess about your work life more than it's about your personal. But are you bringing healing to those kids? 100% yes. I would absolutely say. Okay, Marlus. Marlus or Marluz? I don't want to get that wrong either, because I know that absolutely makes a difference. Okay. It's up in here. It's this one. Okay. This card came up the other day. I don't know if it might even have been for you. All right. This is number 32. Exploring. Going into a new and untried place. Taking a risk. Going somewhere you've never been before. There's inspiration with number 3. It's that place where the cosmos uses you as a conduit to bring things into the world, whether that's ideas or paintings or bookcases or baby carrots. Wherever it is that you put your inspired energy, there's new stuff coming thanks to you. And then number 2, relationship, community, adding together to a 5, which is frequently about travel. I think not so much. Yes, yellow again, a place of growth. Was it this card, Marluz? Or was it just a similar energy, that growth and expansion, that this is taken from above looking down. It's a bramble going exploring across a packed earth driveway. So there hadn't been any traffic. The bramble decided it was going to go explore. In terms of healing, there's maybe if you have healing. Oh, okay, all right. If you have healing that you're either needing or giving, and I'm not sure which at the minute. If you're in need of healing, there's a real need for you to do some research and look beyond where you're already looking, to go exploring for some other information. If you're in a position to be offering a space while other people find their healing, then again, there's maybe a suggestion that you look beyond what is obvious and explore past your usual boundaries. I don't know if that makes sense. I remember the dandelion, the optimistic dandelion. It was that same day, and I think it might have been with the group that you came in all together that somebody got the exploring card. Maybe. Sometimes I forget, and it's just gone. I'm confused. But, okay, the yellow. I remember talking about the yellow. Oh, because somebody got the goldenrod as well, and we were talking a lot about the seat of identity, and that place in the solar plexus where our understanding of ourselves sits, and the place where we honor ourselves and indeed celebrate ourselves. I drew a card for the community, and I got number 25, the Hawthorn Celebrate card, which was rather nice. All right, you are welcome, Marluz. I'm so glad you came back. I hope that made sense for you and for what you're doing. Okay, who else is here? I saw somebody came in and then didn't speak. Was Bernadette here? Come out of full screen so you can find the comment box. And let me know if you would like me to draw a card for you. Oh, I know sometimes you come in and then you get you get called away by important priorities. Dropped. There is another one dropped. It's interesting. Okay. So yes, the community card. The community card. Oh, is Glass here? MJ? Was it MJ Glass? Yes. Unexpected resources. Let's then go to a quiet place and listen to wisdom. Okay. Well, there we go. That's kind of what the card suggested for you, and I really, really hope that you can connect to whatever it is. There's something you've not seen, something that has not been obvious, that is going to help you in your difficulty at the moment. All right, I have it for you. Nobody here, and you've asked for a card and I didn't do it. Then tell me again, because sometimes. Oh, okay, you're still here, MJ. Cool. I can, yes, indeed. The nature of the image of the card, the number 3 card, is it's forest floor with all of the litter that is there. There's branches, there's leaves, there's twigs, there's animal poop. There's all kinds of everything there, and somehow the moss is able to get enough light to be able to photosynthesize, to take from that debris that we in regular human life, we see that very much as just dirt and worthlessness. But unexpectedly within it, there is the nutrition that the moss needs. There is the ability for the moss to grow, to expand, to reproduce, to do all of the things that moss is here on the planet to do. And so the symbol of that is a reminder that there are resources for you, even in places that are easily overlooked, that as you move forward, as you look around you to see what's there's more. Maybe you need to look in different rooms, in different drawers, in different books. What you see is only a very small part of what is available. And just as the moss puts its tendrils down into the litter and down to the earth, and gets itself to a place where it can harvest water from whatever is underneath that dry litter at the top. So you need to be putting out your feelers and digging around and finding the other possibilities that will serve you as you grow in your natural and correct formation, the way that this, because once it can access the water, then the sunlight just pours onto it and photosynthesis can happen, right? So once you have made that decision that this is the place you're going to be, regardless of how messy and littered and dirty and disorganized it looks, it is in fact going to serve you if you entrench yourself. So hope I hope that makes sense, and you can screenshot the picture of it or you can screenshot. Take a shot off the screen, and then you will have a copy of the card. Um, I hope that helps. Okay, it is. Okay, somebody else came in. If you'd like me to draw a card for you, if you're only here as a observer, that's perfectly all right too. We've been talking about healing, the need for healing. I'm wearing red to honor the losses in Nova Scotia this week, and some personal losses. This is a week when I have some anniversaries of some fairly devastating things going on in my life, and so with a focus on healing losses, and indeed, as we are right now, surrounded by a community where people are suffering and dying and being bereaved, so many people being bereaved, directly because of COVID and as collateral damage. As I was saying earlier, one of my friends lost someone who was waiting for transplant surgery that couldn't go ahead because of the virus, and now she has passed away. She needed that transplant. So there are many losses everywhere. Putting a focus for our readings and intention today on the healing that is necessary when we're dealing with those kinds of losses. And this is the card that I drew. It is the Hawthorn, the Celebrate. I'm told by someone who's here that Hawthorn has healing energies. There we go. Yes, MJ. Exactly. Um, Healing energies for the heart in Hawthorn. So that surely is the ultimate healing is when we can find a place that we can use our hearts towards celebration. The 2 is about community. The 5 is about expansion. They're coming together as a 7, which is always the teacher. And I think that's a wonderful description of where we're at right now in the with this lock-in and what's going on. Hello, Laurie. The Hawthorn is I pulled a card for the community, for people who are seeing the video later or who are here and not not asking for a card. If you would like a card for yourself, Laurie, I will pull one for you. Let me know in the comments that is what you would like, and I will do that for sure. Yes. Okay. I think this is your first time here. This is the deck that I am using, my prototype of the Wisdom of the Garden Path, and I have to say we get really good results. All right, so yes, please. I have permission. Okay, so we've been talking about healing, been talking about honoring losses and moving towards healing, whether that's offering it or finding it for ourselves. This is for Lori. Okay, this is for Lori. Nice. Not offering healing because you can't give healing, but offering to hold space for someone while they find their own healing. That's what I meant. Okay, so the card that you drew, Lori, is number 16. It is Optimism. This is a lovely card. They're all lovely cards, actually. The 16, the number 16, one is about your core identity. It is who you are, even if your hair gets chopped off and your fingernails break, you're still Lori at the core of you, no matter what. And that is that one. It is where your universe begins. And 6 is the number of, we're seeing a lot of 6s today. 6 is the number for service, for duty and responsibility, which are kind of the same thing except for the mood you bring to them. And 6 is also the place where we find beauty. So they come together in numerology. We always add up until there's only one digit left. So this card is a 7, and 7 is the teacher. It is the place where sometimes we get just a little shove that changes the direction that we're moving in, and sometimes that feels painful and difficult, and it's only afterwards when we look back we go, oh yeah, I was on a trajectory to go off a cliff, and as annoyed as I was by that shove, I didn't fall off the cliff, so that's a good thing. So the bright yellow of these, I think they're just the happiest, loveliest flowers. I really do. And they come up in the spring. They come up and the butterflies are all over them and the bees are all over them, and they're indicating that there are better things to come. And the other thing, Laurie, with the yellow of this, I don't know if you know the chakra system, but the yellow is the energy center that sits in your solar plexus, and it's the place where your self-understanding sits. So your self-esteem and your self-knowledge and it's the place where you honor yourself. And if you're not in a state at the moment where you can be really optimistic about who and what is Lori, then this card is calling to let you know that you can be. You can be optimistic about Lori and what's happening in Lori's life, because whatever it is, if there are difficult lessons happening, it's because you're being nudged away from the road that leads to the missing bridge, and being kept safe. So I hope that makes sense to you. That's a really nice card. I like that. That's funny. I was talking about it earlier because somebody evidently got it in a previous visit when she came to see me. So, okay, all right. Yes, awesome optimism. It is. And you are so very welcome. Thank you for being here. I will be here next Tuesday at 11 Eastern, and I would invite you all back as you are entirely welcome. These cards are very restless. That's nice. The one that's fallen with its face up at me is it's a sunflower, and it says curiosity. It's number 35, so it's inspiration and growth and expansion combining into that the flow of the 8, which is a very very lovely sort of a message. I don't usually depend on cards to jump out at me, but there we go. That one did. And I see we're after 3 o'clock, so if there's anybody here who would still like me to card for them, I'm afraid we're in the speak now or you've missed it phase, because I don't stay longer past the hour than to just finish off everybody's readings. And I would like to thank everybody for being here, and thank you if you're watching on the video replay. Please like and follow this page, and I would love it if you'd go over to my website at joleath.com. The spelling is the same as on this page, joleath.com, and there's a place to sign up for my free newsletter. So at the moment it's fairly predictable where I'm going to be, but if and when we get away from this lock-in, I do like to move around from business to business and place to place, and meet you in your community. So the newsletter, as well as getting links to my blogs and seeing my monthly forecasts numerologically, it also lets you know where I am and what I'm doing. And right now it's telling you the times that I'm going to be live on here, so I'm always happy to see everyone. All right, it looks as though everybody has gone. Thank you so much. I will see you again next Tuesday.